Hello, listeners. It's PG here with a preview of this month's Spoilers Club, where we take a deep dive into iconic or impactful escape rooms. The creators join us to share exclusive behind-the-scenes commentary and insights about their games. Captain Spoopy Bones has long been a fan favorite among enthusiasts, and owners, creators Mike Dold and Rick George join us to break down the conception, gameplay, and behind-the-scenes stories of this groundbreaking game. The characters and humor injected into the story are a large part of what made this pirate game so memorable. And in this preview, we discuss what made their intro video so effective and fun.
The intro video is hilarious. Talk to us about how you go about making these intro videos. I think two of the loudest hallmarks of a Doldrick's game are the name of the game, and then the second is the way that you onboard and have used video in all of your games, or audio and video in some cases, to really pull the player in and make them feel like they're in a Doldrick's game. So talk to us a little bit about that.
For this particular video, it starts with the voiceover and the script. You have kind of two different parallel storylines, I would say, going on. One is an animatic that goes through, and the other is live action that we filmed in the room itself. We got a buddy of mine to come in and actually puppeteer.
That's why while I was introducing this, I got a little bit confused, because in my head I was like, wait, there's an animation. And then also I was like, wait, no, there was also stuff shot in the room. So it does. It goes both, and it switches back and forth. The live action is Spoopy, and he's talking to you, and he's walking around the ship, and we shot it in a way to make it look like he is telling you the story. And then when it's kind of doing the flashbacks of what has happened, which is what you are about to experience, that's all animation. And it cuts back and forth. But this was our second game that we opened. Something that we realized with the first game, a lot of players, when you are in the experience, we saw this with Bomb Squad, it is so easy to get caught up in the lights and the music and the effects and the timer, and people are stressing out. And you can put a giant red button on the wall that says, press this button. And half of the players, they'll look at it and miss it, just, trying to take everything in. Or players will doubt themselves. Giant red button that says push me. What does it mean? Yeah.
Well, and it happens. So the idea was with this, we wanted to tell the players, this is what you're going to do. Fix the ship that the old crew had sabotaged, and then they had to work on taking out the other ship so they can sail to the treasure. And it's kind of a lot, when you're telling people like a kind of a list of things to do. But we wanted to kind of give that to the players and say, hey, this is the story. But we wanted to make sure that the players were really immersed and felt those things as you're going through it. Which can be hard to do because, when you're doing a puzzle of shapes or numbers or perspective or something like that, it can get lost.
That is definitely the moment that's fun, that where most of the guests, when they're watching the intro, that they will audibly say something out loud. Like when it says, like, we had to hoist the sails, we had to pull up the anchor, raise the flag, you'll hear the guest say, like, oh, okay, remember, that's what we have to do. And they usually always do that during the intro video. They'll yell that to each other as they're watching it, like, oh, okay, we need to do this, remember that.
I think that the intro video and the name of this game, they kind of come together and put in a ton of work, because it's a good game, but it is a very classic game. And if you were to go and remove that intro and remove that name, and it's Captain's Quest, and there's a game master who throws you into these cells and is like, okay, get out of the cells and then go do the pirate thing, okay, bye, see you in 60, I think that you would have a competent game no matter what, but I don't think it would be the game that everybody keeps talking about years and years later. I think that those two things are doing so much work and really elevating the otherwise stellar work that we're going to be digging into in a few minutes. But I really think that these two unique Doldrick's elements that I think you've expanded upon in some really significant ways in some of your later games. I think that this is where you kind of proved out this concept and this style, and I love it.
Especially back in the day, you didn't have that many companies that were producing high quality videos with a good production value that were entertaining to listen to. And I think it's definitely what really kind of stood out in my mind. And you're right, David. I was just thinking about that. I was like, half of the time we would have some game master mumbling the story and it's not nearly as effective or entertaining.
I mean, you kind of said it right there. We want all the guests to be able to experience what we're giving them. And we're open 7 days a week, so it's like we can't be there acting out every single story or expect every game master to convey everything to the nuanced detail that we would want to be conveyed.
The consistency. A video is consistent, and
right.
Different game masters are going to be inconsistent in how they tell the story. Listen to the rest of the episode now by becoming a patron at the Search Win level for access to all of the Spoilers Club episodes. To join, visit patreon.com/roomescapeartist, and for more details on the different escape rooms that we've covered, visit roomescapeartist.com and search under the podcast tab for Spoilers Club.